you're really doing the whole like, I'm about to decide where I'm going to college in a few months kind of thing, hopefully this helps a little. It's not the exact same experience that we signed ourselves up for.
Yeah.
So having the exact same cost is almost kind of sketch. It is.
Hi, I'm Simone.
I'm Celeste.
And hi.
We're in a different spot.
Yes, we are.
You know why? We finally moved.
We moved.
If you've been here for a little while, then you have seen our first day of USC in which we had mental breakdowns because we were living with people that they weren't exactly the most like freshman roommate experience.
They weren't mean, they just didn't talk to us ever.
Correct. Long story short, you don't have to really worry about us crying again the first week.
Yeah.
This spring semester.
First week.
Basically, it is the like third day of USC spring semester. We just started. But we figured what we would do for you guys is, because there's been some questions, some comments and such, we figured let's just make like one big like, this is what happened in our fall semester of USC. If you're trying to apply to college or you need to like decide where you're going, this might help in terms of seeing how USC handles COVID. So let's get into it.
Yes. First, we're going to talk about classes.
We're going to talk about classes. Okay. So first, I thought we would talk about the difficulty of the classes. USC is a tougher school than some other schools, but we are also business majors, which is stereotypically known to be the easiest one. Here at USC, they have a thing called like the Marshall Curve, and basically the way it works out is that like getting an A doesn't always mean, oh, you got above an 89. Like a 90 doesn't automatically mean you get an A. Sometimes it's curved, so like a 97 is an A. Classes were actually pretty interesting for first years at least. Our business class was pretty applicable. It was really the class that like clicked to me the most. Like all the information just made sense. Even though I did put in work and study, a lot of it just felt like intuition, and that's pretty cool. We did have to take general education classes, which is just like the big lecture ones. They weren't as interesting to me only because since we're freshmen, we get last pick in classes. Yeah. I will say that the professors do really try to make it engaging for like the kids in there. Like, cause mine was mythology. I was like, oh, it's Percy Jackson. And literally on the first day they were like, this is not Percy Jackson, but it was still a good class. Yeah. So I was like, okay. A lot of the professors here, I believe, are super helpful and like they're very accessible with office hours and stuff, but there are some professors that are just not. Yeah, so as you know, my business professor that I had last semester, and consider this an open letter to Simone's business professor, did not mesh well with me. I don't know if she ended up learning my name or not, but either way, I knew the class material. So really, I didn't need her that much. She just wasn't there that much anyway, so problem solved. She didn't answer like any of her emails for the entire yeyear. I ranted about it in our finals video, but we cut it out because it was too much. Yeah, sorry. We would have taken too long. Anyways, I thought we would talk a little bit about how USC is handling COVID. Okay. So in terms of restrictions, if you guys didn't know, which you probably don't, USC is not in person right now because we're completely online. As you know, we're living in an apartment off campus in one of the like USC apartment complexes. If you have been keeping up with anything LA related, you know that it's really bad over here. And we were hesitant to come back, but we stocked up on a lot of groceries and stuff with our roommates, so we don't have to go out for like 2 weeks. The good thing is that USC still lets you walk on campus. You just have a check thing that you have to fill out, making sure that you're clear to be on campus. So you can walk through it to like cut through to our village where our grocery store and everything is, but we still can't like go into any of the buildings, like not even like a library or anything. In terms of like how they're working around COVID, they are doing okay with like their involvement fairs and stuff online. They send a bunch of emails. Like if you want to get involved, they will help you. USC is doing the best they can for the students that they have. I do not mean that in a like a I'm coming for you kind of way, but just there are a lot of people here who don't want to sacrifice their social lives and want to keep partying. They did just make pop testing like right down the street from us, and they've had testing that's really accessible and quick anyways. There's literally COVID testing areas all around campus, and they're working on getting vaccines out, so that's kind of cool. Next, I thought we'd talk about friends and such. There is still the social aspect of college. With us, obviously in the beginning it was really hard to make friends and stuff just because of being in the apartment. Still, it's really hard to meet people because like ordinarily we probably would have been meeting all these people at what, like orientation or like the first day of class. But really all we can do is meet over like Instagram or a breakout room. Making friends is low-key like hard as shit.
It's hard.
We literally reached out to like a bunch of our fellow classmates on Instagram on the first week. Just anyone that we thought looked like fun to hang out with. We like DM'd them like, hey, we just moved in, we're living with juniors, but they won't talk to us, so if you guys want to hang out or something. Almost all of them left us on scene.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't say yes to 2 weird twins that were like, please hang out with us.
Start DMing all of you on Instagram, asking you to hang out with me.
Guys, DM us, ask to hang out. Don't actually.
Don't yeah, it's COVID, we can't.
Yeah. I know everyone's like, okay, at least you guys have each other, and that's true. I would not have been able to do it without Miss Celeste over here. However, it's hard to do it when it's literally just you and your sister. Motivation just like starts to get lost.
Non-twin folk, I can't even imagine how much harder it would be. So like keep that in mind, that like
seriously.
The loneliness and stuff, it's a thing. In terms of that, USC has been really helpful. They offer a lot of mental health like services and stuff.
When we first got here, it was all like super rough and stuff, and like we ended up like getting help and just figuring out how to like talk to people and stuff.
Felt a lot less scary after knowing there were people in the school on your side, if that makes any sense. View of the semester with like our bests and worsts.
Okay.
So I thought we would start with worst so we could end on a good note. I personally think some of the worsts would be the very few professors who just really were so indifferent to the students. The majority were super helpful, super understanding, but some professors literally treated it like, because I can't see you, because you're not in my class, you don't matter to me, just watch my Zoom and do your work.
Or at least that's what it felt like. I know professors in college are not supposed to hold your hand. Like we all know, like you're probably gonna be in a room with like at least 50 other kids. They may not remember your name. You can't ask for special treatment. And we don't. It's just that I'm just like,
it just feels like they see you more as a number than a student.
Yeah.
In my mind, it doesn't sit right with me. I will say that the TAs,
the TAs are awesome. At first, I really didn't think I was gonna be able to like get along with my math TA. If you like just be nicer to him and just really like ask for more help, like when you really don't understand, he really started to help me. And he was like way nicer at the end, and yeah. It was really cool.
I had to like write essays and stuff. I was like, I don't know what the hell to do. Some of this college stuff is like, they give you an assignment for the essay and they're like, okay. They're like, here you go. You can take it upon yourself if you need extra help. So that's what I had to do.
Yeah.
I went to the TA, talked to her. She was really cool and also really eager to help. I would say probably the final worst thing about USC's COVID stuff or like first semester I thought was cost. They shortened both semesters to only like 13 weeks, which granted it's not that bad, but they do have to squeeze some of that content from like longer to shorter. And the teachers for one are scrambling. The students for second are like dying.
Yeah.
And the cost is like, the same.
It's just like basically like everyone gets screwed and like there's no way to make it up. I don't know. Basically like there's already a stereotype about USC that like you have to be rich to come here.
Or you all paid your way to get in.
Yeah.
Which like we didn't. And
also, we didn't.
We did. It's not the exact same experience that we signed ourselves up for.
Yeah.
So having the exact same cost is almost kind of sketch.
It is.
And honestly that applies to just all colleges, not just USC.
No, like that's literally just the American college systems.
Let's end it on a good note after we're done ragging on everything. About everything.
Okay, because overall, this was like a pretty good semester. I came out a different person. I'm wearing a braid, guys.
She's wearing a braid.
Yeah.
I think it was a very formative semester. I will say that the highs were very high, but the lows were oh so low.
Yeah.
But I do think one of my bests that I wrote down was good people, because I will admit in that first week, getting left on scene by all of those other USC
we were
girls.
Really worried.
Like, did we pick the wrong school?
Yeah.
One thing about it is half of our student body is still at home.
Yeah.
So, like, if you're a part of that, hit us up.
Hey, we can't wait to see you.
We miss you.
Yeah.
We haven't met you, but we miss you.
We do.
I will admit that some of the cost has been made up in terms of all of that they're doing for us, of like making sure that the resources are there for people to like talk to.
Mental health resources, making sure there's still like virtual fairs, there was virtual recruiting and all that
They
stuff.
also have this like virtual peer mentor thing, except I haven't done it.
Me neither. I'm so sorry. I just don't want to do extra screen time. I think moral of the story is colleges, American colleges, did make a couple of mistakes with handling COVID. However, there were also a lot of great things.
There were some good things.
There were a lot of bones that they threw.
On some level, it is the students that should be holding themselves a tinge bit more
Just a little bit.
Just a smidgen.
Come on.
Not like you don't need like
Not like
solitary
not a
confinement.
finger wagging, just a
You don't need to be completely alone, but just a little bit accountable. Like just a smidge. Like don't go to a party with like 30 people. Or 20. Don't do it. Hopefully this helped you in some way if you were interested in USC or at least just college for this next one, because let's be real, we all thought this was gonna go away a lot sooner.
Yeah, and like if you're really doing the whole like, I'm about to decide where I'm going to college in a few months kind of thing. Hopefully this helps a little.
First semester for anybody at any school is gonna be really hard.
Even if it's not in COVID, it will be rough, but it will also likely be very fun.
Thank you for watching. We hope that this helped in some way with USC and info and just college in general. And you know, if you have any further questions, comment them. We can answer all of it. Simone, stop feeling yourself.
That's all we got. Yeah. Okay. Like this video if you liked it.
Subscribe if you feel like sticking around, but that's all up to you.
Yeah. Okay.
So we're gonna go. I have class in, oh my God, I have class in an hour and 30 minutes.
I'm done with class for today, babe.
Oh my God, can I confess something to you guys? I accidentally missed my first class.
Yeah,